Hello everyone, it's Julie from Camelia Crafts Designs. Welcome back. It's been a minute, but here I am. Right, what have I got for you today? Well, I'm going to be making some cute little mini notebooks just to pop into your junk journals. And as you can see, there's a little difference with these. As well as your little notebook, you've got a pocket. So, I'll show you how I made them. I've made them from envelopes, and if you saw this project, you're wondering why this is on desk. I'll link this video that I made a while back. This is, yeah, it's a multi-pocket flip out for my Edith Holden journals I'm making. Well, I made these using part of one of these envelopes, and I cut the tops off and I said, I'll be doing something else with those at some point when I think of something. Well, what I've thought of is these little notebooks. But no fear, you don't have to have the same envelopes. You don't have to have done that other project. You can use any envelope. If you look at this one, I've made that with a full little square envelope. I've not put its little thing in, yeah? I need to put a tab on that and just trim it a bit. But that's what's going to go in that pocket. So yeah, any envelope will do. New, used. Like I said, I'm going to be using these little flaps that I cut off, but imagine that's a full envelope. You could perhaps, yeah, an envelope this size, which is a DL, which is what we call it in UK. I'll measure it for you, because I can't remember measurements. I could always use my mat to measure it, couldn't I? Yeah. It's about just over 8 3/4. It's about 8 3/4 by 4 and just over 1/4 inches. I know our envelope sizes are slightly different in UK, aren't they, to other parts of the world. Anywhere that has A4 paper usually has DL envelopes, but size doesn't matter with this one. You can make them any size you want. So I'll show you the basics. So I've cut my end flap off an envelope. So all my end flaps, left-hand end flaps, they are, but that don't really matter. Now all I'm going to do to make the little pocket is I'm going to glue that little flap down. Yeah, so I'm going to put a little thumb, when I decide which way around to put my punch, I'll put a little notch in there, yeah, just to indicate that's your pocket. We'll do a little bit of bitty bit of inking, all the edges that are going to be seen. I'm not going to bother inking the back because I'm not. Well, because I don't know if I'm going to glue them in or pop them in pockets yet. I'll ink the back as and when. Now that's bothering me that is a different shape, but also that flap's a little bit big. If you want your flap that big, crack on. I only want it small so that we've still got access to all these papers with the way I've fastened them in. So I'm just going to fold that over. Just going to fold it just short at crease line on my little envelope. There we go. And then I'm just going to cut this edge to match. I'm going to eyeball it. We're not looking for perfection. Oh, I'm happy with that. I like it. Now, another handy dandy little thing with my envelopes is the self-seal. So if I just pull that strip off, ta-da! I've glued that down. If you don't have self-seal, just bob a little bit of glue on. I'll make one with a regular envelope after I've done this one, just to show you. Right, now as far as the paper goes, I'm very organised today, aren't I? I've got these little packs of paper. Now I like that look up front, how we've got all these different types of paper, and I'll show you how I've done it. It's not rocket science. I save all my tea dyed paper scraps. Let's just grab a handful, because I can tell you how easy it is, but it's better to show you how easy it is, isn't it? Look, 2 minutes in, desk's rammed with stuff. So whatever size your envelope is, there you go, that's how I do my papers. Grab a ruler for tearing I'm just going to use that little one. There you go, so that's one piece. That might be a bit wide that way, it'll be good that way. So I just use the back of my little envelope as a template for tearing. So that's two pieces, I think you get the idea. What about a piece of this? That's, yeah, a piece of this checked. Terry. Just so they're nothing new, little mini notebooks. We all do them. They're really good for using up scraps. I want to save that one for a bigger book. What else we got? Oh, that looks nice and interesting. We don't have to have the lines going upwards either. I'm just going to take a sliver off that because I really like that edge. These are just bits, you know, when I've torn them down for backing things, making pages in junk journals. Yeah, I've been collecting my scraps quite a few years now, so I think I'm happy with that. I'm going to put that there. Put as many in as you want. It depends on journal, how chunky you want it to be. I think I want something else at front. I think I'm going to use, oh look at that, I'm going to do that. I'm going to use that bit, butterfly. I think you could stamp the front or any you've made. Make it interesting. I like that. I'm just going to neaten that edge off a little bit because it's sticking out and that might annoy me. Oh yeah. I mean, I've covered most of that interesting bit up now, but you get the idea. Now to fasten those in, all I've done is I've grabbed my stapler, but I've stapled them. Yeah, I've put that down as well. I've stapled it that way, you know, with the rough ones coming out of the front because I'm going to decorate that. Only so on the back you've got nice smooth. You can cover that if you want to. Not everyone feels the need to. If you want them a bit flatter, I find a slight technical adjustment with a hammer. There you go. Oh, lovely and flat now. And ready to decorate. So that's our first one. I'm now going to have an extra little paper pad to make another one, aren't I? Oh, why is that? Oh, I've already put it in one. Yeah. There you go. Right, so I want a little bit more colour decorating these as well. So I've grabbed these. If you remember the last couple of videos, I was moaning that all my butterflies were boring, weren't I? And not bright enough. And yeah, I couldn't be bothered to print any off and fussy cut them. I just not had time. Too much going off. So I bought these. Wow, these are by Katie Sue Designs. And they're die cut. Yeah, they're just die cut butterflies, and I like them because they don't have any white round edges. I'll just take that teeny tiny little baby one out. Come out. Oh. Trust me, first one I go for, I don't want to come out. I mean, they've got to be held in enough, haven't they, so that they don't go falling out everywhere. I can't get that one out. Oh. There we go. Phew. I was being a bit rough with that one. Let's try. I'm trying to go for colours now I'm going to use today, so I don't have all these little butterflies floating about. There we go. So, there's too many butterflies now, I can't find them. I did also buy some flowers. I'm not using flowers today. Don't know why I put them there. And they've got them in pastel as well. I just thought I need a bit more colour in me. Journals, I like that yellow. I'll take him out. Ooh, nice. And oh, I'm going to take that one out. No, that one. Just try being a little bit more delicate than me. I'm very heavy-handed, I tell you. If you do find any, sometimes you get with these sheets, they don't want to come out. Just give them a little snip. It's a lot easier than having to fussy cut a full sheet. I'll put a link to those on Amazon if you're in market for them. But I think sometimes you just can't be bothered to fussy cut. I wore missing out fussy cut too many flowers this year. Right, and on the tops of them, if you look at the others, let me put these little bits of paper to one side now. You've seen how I rip paper. I'll go back to using stuff that's ready ripped. Ready ripped. Yeah, I've just been in my scrap box. I've just took a handful out of little bits and bobs. Now I do have these. I think this was, yeah, the Bohemian Journal. I'll never finish with this fabric, but I do like this. I think I want to put a little bit of that on and a nice butterfly. I think maybe just a bit front middle. Does this rip? Yeah, it does. I do prefer the ripped edge look on fabric over cutting it. So just do a little snip and rip. Snip and rip. And I'm glad it went butterfly themed. Now I've ended up putting that at front. And that. I didn't think that we're going to want to rip. Oh, it has. It's ripped nice. Oh yeah. I like it when it looks a bit rough. And I'm just going to glue that on with art glitter glue. Use whatever you prefer. I'm quite happy with art glitter glue. It's a really good instant grab all-purpose glue. And I always say it when I glue fabric. A lot of people say Fabri-Tac's better. It's a good glue. Only reason I don't use it is the smell. It takes my breath away. I can't breathe with it. I know a few people are like that. Oh, how sweet is that? But we need a something else on there. A little bit of something. I did get some little words. Let me grab them. I mean, you can put anything you want on. Oh, I've got some Timmy labels. These are words. I just printed out, right, this is how useless I'm still not that good with graphics programs, but I used to be even worse. I did this in a Word document, or I think it was just a note document on my phone and printed it. It's not saved anywhere. If anyone really wants it, I don't even know where it will be now. It's perhaps on my old laptop. I will do another one and stick it up for you. But again, you can get words all over, can't you? Tim Holtz has got sheets full of words. In fact, I've got some of them on my desk. So I'm going to put this and that on there. Oh, I like it. This and that, and a little flutterby. But I don't think I want them. I've popped out. I want a different one. I can see me having a desk covered in butterflies that I haven't used. Well, that'd be me all over. Cute. Absolutely cute. We like a bit of cuteness. Yeah, get your butterfly sheet back out, woman, because you ain't liking that one that you've got. I want one slightly bigger, because the tiny one's going to be dwarfed by that huge thing, isn't it? And I think I want one of brighter ones. I've just discovered the main problem with these. It's hard to pick. It's too hard to pick which butterfly you want. I want one that fits with that little bit of pink, but I don't want it overly pink. Oh, I like this. No, it's too bright. Too bright. I can't decide. Oh no. Why did I buy these? They're all a bit too yummy. It's a big decision. Just pulling this pink one out, and now I'm thinking it's covered that up. No, I don't like it. Do you know, because that butterfly's there, I don't want to use a butterfly in this one. Do you know what I'm going to use? A button. It begins with B. That's not a rule. You don't have to use something beginning with B. I've got my small buttons out. I've got too many buttons. We need to use up some buttons. Buttons, anyone? Ooh, a square button. That's half fun though, isn't it, deciding what to put where? Do you know what? I'm thinking now I might like a little butterfly there and a button. No, there's something. No, I don't like it. I didn't like. I don't know why I don't like, it's that butterfly is really throwing me out. I'm beginning to wish I'd not put him there. What about the blue button? No, don't like it. Green button. No. Don't know, it don't go with vintage, does it? I think I like the pink button. And under the pink button, I think I'm going to put a scrap of lace. Why? Because I can. I just want it to be a bit rough and ready as well. Rough and ready piece of lace. Let's glue it on. Whee. Decorating is half the fun, isn't it? Needs something else. What about a piece of this fabric? I'm throwing everything at this, aren't I now? I just want a little bit. If you don't like working with teeny tiny things, maybe this isn't a video for you. But there's just something so cute about teeny tininess, isn't there? And yeah, I'm just going to chuck that button on and call that one done. Call it done. There you go. There's something about that square button I'm not liking now, but I've stuck it on. It's too late. That's that one done. Right, we're now going to just make something to go in here. Right, the paper will hold that flap down. If you're worried about it, just put a little bit of glue behind that top bit there. Yeah? But I'm not too worried about it on this one. Let's get... I've got some book pages, just botanical book pages, and all I've done is back them with some tea dyed paper. I've done it with glue stick and braid over it. And I know that these take a piece that is 3 inches high and 2 inches wide. But if you're unsure, I've used these before. I've just got these that are hanging about on the windowsill. They're just pieces of card with measurements on. I did have a lady ask at some point if I could tell her what measurements all my cards were. Well, no, I can't, because they change. I lose some, I throw some away and make a new one. And yeah, I just cut a random piece of card to a random size. So 3 inches high, and I guessed, because that's 3 inches wide, I guessed that were about 2.5. 2.5 will do. So I'm going to cut this to 3 inches high and 2.5 inches wide. Whee. I'll cut bottom bit off. No, I'll cut top bit off. I don't want to cut the flowers off. I'm wasting some now. I'm wasting some. 3 inches high, 2.5 inches wide. Yep. Because I've not put anything on to grab it, then I'm just going to round my corners. Desk's in a right old state already, but it's the mark of having fun. I find the music helps. Corner rounder works better when you play a bit of music. No idea whether it does actually. Quickly ink. So I'll pop that in there. Then, just so you know it's there, I just want to put something on the side. Now, the others I made, I think I put a bit of lace on one. Did I? What did I put on? Oh, they're over here, woman. You've covered them up with your boxes of rubbish. Oh, yeah, a bit of lace on one, and that one's got a tab on. So it's just whatever you think will look good. So on this one, I think lace. A bit of lace, or a bit of fabric. Oh, I'm going to use a bit of fabric because I can. I'm just going to snip a bit of the coloured off. There we go. I don't want it quite that long. I can use this piece under another button. Snippety snip. And I'm just going to glue or staple it onto this edge, all depending on what your preference is. If the thought of exposed staples gives you the heebie-jeebies, use a bit of glue. If that doesn't bother you, crack on. I'm going to use staples. There we go. And I'm just going to pop that in there. So there we have it. I don't know what's stopping that. Something inside wants to stop it. What's the problemo? Ooh, I think when it was manufactured, a little bit of glue had leaked and it wasn't fully open. That's better. Right, so there we have it. Just a cute little notebook. We've got a little tag inside. You could put anything you wanted in that side. You could put spare stickers or tickets or bits of paper that you're going to use in your journal to decorate it. But these are just perfect for a mass make. I'm just going to move my button box over. Don't drop it on the floor, woman. Right, let's make another. Let's prove that they're perfect for a mass make. So, I've got my bit of envelope. I'm going to tear that off. Again, use glue if you've not got self-seal envelopes. Maybe it would have been better to fold it before you took your tear strip off, but hey ho. I seem to have lost the ability to learn by mistakes. I just keep making them. Right, a little bit of inking. Now this one, I think I'm going to decorate this a bit differently. I think it looked cute with a tab on top. Let me just do this. Oh, what I mentioned before, depending on your type of envelope, you may have to do something with the top. If I show you where's the square one I made? How can anyone lose so much stuff in such a small space? Here we go. Yeah, this one I ended up putting a bit of paper over because it was one of those envelopes with deep V. So I'll do one of those next when I've done another one of these. Yes, learn the rule before you start going on about the exceptions. Yes, 'cause every rule has an exception, doesn't it? It certainly does. Right, bit of ink. And I'm going for my pre-prepared little bits of paper this time. I did these. They were all just, yeah, long strips folded over. Because I did 6 lots of them en masse. Right, that's that. I shall staple this, remember. Ooh, I did that a bit lower down than I was intending. Doesn't really matter though, does it? Because we're not going to see it. Slight technical adjustment with a hammer. There we go. Always work. That works on TV as well. You know, if it's not working, works on video. I'm showing my age now. It works on video recorders. Anything analog. I'm not quite so sure about digital stuff. Might not work for them. Right, so I've decided I want to put a tab on top. Now, because I'm doing an Edith Holden style journal, I'm going to do that one. I just think it looks cute. I had one hanging about on my desk after I'd made the others and thought, oh, I bet that'll look good. And it does. So I'm going to use that. Underneath it, I'm going to put a bit of hessian or whatever. It's an ideal opportunity to get rid of some scraps. Use up your rubbish. Oh, just a bit of Edith Holden fabric there. Oh, we like. Don't even know which one this was because it's such a small piece. There we go. Move little scrap. Yeah, and then I'm going to pop a butterfly on the tab, I think. Yeah, that sounds like a good place for a butterfly. You've got them, use them. Can't believe I'm like, oh, I'm going to use all these butterflies. That first one I make, I'm like, don't like that butterfly on there. It's got a bit of a curve to it, that. There we go. I'm going to ink round this. You could use any tab, it doesn't have to be this shape. Have I got any other shape tabs to hand? I've got all sorts of little bit of things out. Ooh, I've got some green ones. Oh, I've got a green one. Not some green ones, a green one. I need to pre-cut some green. See how that would look. Yeah. Oh, do you know what? I might even like that better. I don't know. No, go back to Edith Holden one, because that's what you said you were going to use. You can put a green one on another one, woman. Yeah, you can. And I think, will I glue it or will I... You've got enough staples in it. Use a bit of glue. Use a bit of glue. Wee. Wee. I can hear birds tweeting really loud outside. A lot of bird activity. Nala's got a new bell on. Keep her away from them. Stay away from the birds and the water bowls. And the mice, because they're cute as well. Just don't let them in the house. Right, I like that. I don't know why it looks like some kind of hat. Strange but true. And we need... do you know, I've got these butterflies now and they're just not right for this project. Oh, I like that one though. Oh, I like that one. He's going on there. Oh, they're double-sided. Oh, I didn't notice that. Am I silly? They're double-sided. Oh, that's brilliant if you want them sticking up and off something. Or, ooh, you know the little... You know how people do those specimen slides? I've done them in the past. Yeah, ooh, you could laminate that butterfly and make a specimen slide and it will be a butterfly on both sides. It'll have colour on both sides. That's what I'm aiming for. Oh, so I'm going to leave his little wing sticking up a bit there. I mean, I've done that now and you can't hardly see that's a tab. Sometimes I amaze myself with tricks I pull. Yeah, I think that needs a label on. Hi baby, just filming. One at girls home from school. College. I can't transition to saying college instead of school. Oh, I like that. Just going to get rid of a little bit of white on that side. That looks good. You don't have to put everything on. I think I might do one with a bit of bling. Ooh, that'd be nice. Bit of bling. Yes, I've put that tab on now and you can't... Well, you can see it's a tab. We have lost a bit of the shape, so... Did I need to do the fancy shape tab or could I have just put a little folded up piece of card on? I could have gone for a folded up piece of card. So that's that one. Now this one I'm going to make with a little itsy bitsy envelope. So grab your envelopes, missus. Got a... Look, I've got a tub full of different envelopes to show you could use. You can make them that size, you could cut that in half. That would make you two. It's just the envelope. It's just basically providing you with that pocket without having to do any folding of paper. Oh, you could use a little seed packet one. I said that like I was shocked. I'm not, because I put that in there. Right, I'm going to do that. I want to do a cute little diddy square one again. And I'll show you how I did that. Right. Just imagine this mess in here. So, I still want my side pocket. That's how this envelope works. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a sliver, a tiny sliver. That's how much I've took off the right hand side of that envelope. So then I've got a pocket. But as you can see, that's... Yes. That's not right, is it? So what I then did is I got a bit of paper. In fact, I've got other end of bit of paper. And I just glued a bit of paper across there just to make my pocket a whole pocket. And I just took some glue and I've glued just around the V. Yeah. And then the bit of paper I'm using, Just going to fold it. I should have cut this before I put glue on. Don't dry glue, don't dry. So yeah. And then I'm just going to put this glue hot way around. We didn't really need to be at the top, but it needed to be down both edges to seal the edges in. I'm just going to put a little bit extra on there because I'm going to be punching into that to make my little notch. And I'm just going to pop it there. There you go. That's made my full pocket now. Right. I'm also going to fill that flap down because I don't want a V that big. Use my lines on my scoreboard. I'm eyeballing this, see if it's going to be straight. I've got the crease along that line and I'm eyeing up the edge with that line. I think I'm going to make that flap's going to be very small, isn't it? I've made my flap too small, so I'm going to make my flap a bit bigger. Make your flap bigger, woman. You see, we're making it up as we go along when I forget what to do. There we go, that's better. Yay. Yeah, so that's going to be my flap. And I like that shape now. And I'm just going to cut that bit off because it's just really not needed. And glue this down. So this one was not a self-seal envelope. Grab your bone folder now, make that all look a little bit smoother and nicer. There we go. Right, now this one I've got the idea that I want to put a bigger label on it. Not a huge label, just a label. Oh, they're so teeny tiny. That's too teeny tiny. You need one a bit bigger than that, woman. Grab another box of labels. I've got all sorts of little packets. I love to micro-organise things and I move where I put them all the time. I've just thought I need a label on my flap. I've seen that done somewhere. I don't know where. I'm guessing many people have done it. What does that say? It's about the post office. I don't want a little spiel about the post office in a botanical. That's about a letter. Maybe these are all postal labels. Post, yeah. Maybe that's why I've put them to one side. Because they're all about post. Oh, that's about material used for wrapping objects. Yeah, the object could be a junk journal. That's my idea. Yeah, I just think I want that on there. Who knew why? Because I certainly don't. Right, where's your doorbell gone? Inky pinky parlez-vous. I don't know why I sing that every time I ink lately. I don't know why. The woman's lost the plot. Now I'm going to make my little notch. That's why I put a little bit extra glue on there. It just don't want to open up, does it? Ooh, I thought I might have to get a smaller hole punch then to make it fit. But I just got that in. Yeah, can you see? So we can get... I really need to dip that ink, woman. There's no ink left on it. Banging your head against a brick wall. There we go. Yeah, top tip there. If you want to transfer ink from your dauber onto your project, make sure you've got ink on your dauber. Works absolute wonders, it does. I don't know if that's the... It might be a bit grungy, that label. Do you know what? Stick it down before you change your mind. Where did that go? It really didn't want to go on here, does it? I think I'm going to have it sticking above as well. Just decided. And it could be like a little... Yeah, we can do that. No one says we can't. I'll just wipe that bit of glue off back. I'm using a load of these butterflies, aren't I? So before I started this project, my vision was to cover them all in butterflies, and now I'm using labels and all sorts, and not a butterfly in sight. But hey ho. And that's that. Grab a few more of these scraps back to fill the booklet. Ooh. That's about the right width. Got your ruler to rip it. I just end up digging in rubbish on my desk, don't I? There we go, that's one. That's top. Is that right size? Is that right size? It's not even right size both ways. Do you know what? I'm going to cut that one. No one's going to see it. It's at the back. Cut that bit off. Oh, look at that. Perfect size now. Perfect. What about this one? Oh, that'd be lovely. So I'm going to rip that on that side. There we go. I've decorated that flap hunter before stapling this. Is this a tutorial or a lesson what not to do? This is what happens when you don't think. This is what happens when you craft with no plan whatsoever. But you know what? I'll show you how to get round it. I'll show you what I do when I make a mistake. Wing it, blag it. There's always something you can do, isn't there? I think I've gone for too many pieces of paper with stripes on there. Because there's all two of them. Wow, two is such a lot, isn't it? Two, it's a huge number. I want that in front of that. I want that side of that. Because I want to see a bit of that side. Really should have put that on after. That's that. And there we go. I like that. Yeah. So, do you know what? I don't like that on there. I just don't like it. There we go. So that solved the problem of not having decorated it. Having decorated it too early because I just don't like that label, to be quite honest. Right. There we go. Don't forget, slight technical adjustment with a hammer. Just flatten it. Now I'm going to get the label that, the label of my dreams. There we go. I want one of these. I want a botanical label. So I may just have stuck one of your labels on and then thrown it away. Tracy, because they're all Tracy Fox labels, but I have at least replaced it with yet another one of your labels. I'm just wondering if I need a smaller one. That's better, a slightly smaller one. I use these a lot. They're such cute labels. Oh, I like that. That's going to be so lovely. And I'm going to put some Hessian on this time. I like the Hessian look. Oh yeah, I'm just going to ink that up as well. You know, I've ripped the label off and it's left that. Look at that. It's like I did it on purpose to add some texture. I did. Did heck. But that's what happened. Happy accident, that's what I call it. A la Bob Ross. So let's glue that. Happy accident a la Bob Ross. Oh, I do like that on there. Does it need to be in the middle or off to the side? I think it needs to be in the middle. It needs to be in the middle like it's a tab. I can put other things. Yeah, that's just a nice little tab to pick your book up with, isn't it? And get it out of your... What's it? I'm sure there are words for that. I just don't know what they are. not coming to my mind. Oh, sweet. But again, I think I want 2 buttons on it. I'm dying to use them. That must happen to other people. I really firmly had it fixed in my mind that they were the labels that were going to look fabulous on this project, just to brighten it up a bit, and they just don't go. They're too 3D. Oh, about these. I mean, you could always put eyelets in, rivets, whatever, if you don't have a stapler. I don't like the dots, so I'm going to put them buttons upside down. It's a bit symmetrical. You know, there's something in me now that really don't like things when they're symmetrical. I like a bit of odd wonkiness. Oh, I've just seen a leaf. What if we stuck a leaf in it? Oh, that'd make a nice little cluster with leaves. Not for this one. I just don't like that. I don't know why, I just don't. I don't like it. I think I want a word and a cluster. Something in my head saying you must put clusters on these or the world could indeed end. It really could, you know, if I don't put a cluster on. Confident of that fact. Ooh, got a nice little bit of... Don't cut your fingers, woman. We know you want to cut that wonky, but cutting your fingers to achieve that, not the look you're going for. That's cute. But I want it on this side. Yeah, I think not having done a lot of my mojo just flew out window. And I've had so much to do. A lot of life stuff to be getting on with. They don't think of that when they give you twins. Anything that needs doing for a child at a certain age, I have to do it twice. It's like, encore. They don't think of that, yeah. Like having twins as a plan. Oh, I just think that's so cute now. I like it. Yeah. And it needs a word. What word shall we have? I'm not very flowery with my words. So we've got the story, the beginning, hope, notes, musings. I like musings. I think I might have used that on one or other. Musings, that's a good little word. Musings. And yeah, one time I would have had to cut that out perfectly, and it would have had to be the exact same at the top and the bottom and at the sides, gap all the way around. Now just snip away at it, happy as a clam. Why are clams happy? I've no idea. Alright, I'll tell you something now. Happy as a clam, that is a saying that I have not heard until the last few years. What we normally say around here is happy as Larry. Who's Larry? I haven't got a clue. Who's Larry and why are clams happy? Not knowing. Oh, there we go. That's cute. I love that little cluster. That's cute. I like it. So that's another one. Oh no, we haven't done little thing for the side, yeah, have we? Right, well, that's very easy. I'll show you what I've got here. I've got, look, they're just book pages, like I said, and I just want one that's going to fit in with that. I think plenty of green and yellow. Oh, look at that. Whoa, that's very bright, isn't it? And how big are you going to be? So we know this one's going to be the full height and full width, so I'm just going to pop it there. Ooh, I'm going to cut it there where it says Yellow Daisy, and then I'm going to cut it here. Grab your pencil. There we go. That's as much measuring as I do these days. You might find some of my older videos where you've got a lot of measurements, but I'm over it. I'm really over measuring. I like the fun of not measuring. I think I like to craft on the edge. Oh, that's cute. Living on the edge, that, isn't it? Not measuring your card. I'm so excited. I'll be bungee jumping next week. Yeah, I will. Not. Right. Looking good. And I think this one's saying tab. Tab. Ooh, what about this? That's just going to cover up far too much at Daisy, isn't it? Oh, to be honest, I thought that were a dandelion, me, not a daisy. But what do I know? What do I know? I know nothing. I am Jon Snow. Yes. I've had people say before, did you just make a Game of Thrones reference? Yeah, I just love it. I can't wait for a new season of that. What's that one? House at Dragon that's coming. Right, I think I need a smaller tab. But I'm liking the green colour. I'm liking... Hang on. Just had another idea. We've got these that's supposed to be reinforcement rings. What about putting one of them on? Might not be the style, but who cares? I like it. Yay, that looks cool. See, you don't need tabs. Use anything you've got. So, a little bit there, a little bit there. You could even pop something through that hole as a dangle. Put an eyelet through if you want. If you really want to dress it up. So I'll leave it sticking out that far. I might have to trim that down. Let's see how far that's going to stick out of our book. Where did book go? Where have I put book? Book? What book? We're not making a book. You're just faffing with bits of card. Oh. There's buttons flying, there's card flapping about. I've lost the project I'm actually working on. Could I be any more untidy? That just takes biscuit now. Here we go. I think that'll be okay. It's not going to stick out too far. Pop you in, see what you look like. I've made you a bit tall, mate. You're a bit tall. Need to trim you. Trim her back out, woman. We'll do a smidgen of a trim across the top. Oh, I'm going to lose my Y off Daisy, I reckon here. It's going to be... Oh, no. Rip. Rip Y. No, still, I can't get it in because of that. I can't get it in corner punch because of that. So now I can make sure the Y is still there. The Y didn't die. Why? Because I said so. There we go. Now you should fit in. Go on, woman, you can do it. Put it on desk. That'll make it easier, wouldn't it? There you go. Quite often things are harder to do in mid-air, such as trapeze and things like that. It's still a bit of a tight fit, that. It needs another trim. Come out, come out. There you go. I don't know why that's a tight fit. What did I do? What's causing that? I shall investigate in case it's something you need to know. Right, what's appertaining? Oh yeah, I glued top of that so it doesn't go all the way to the top. There's staples. Staples, woman. The staples. Now it will fit. Jeepers. I bet some of you spotted that. Oh, that's much better. Oh, and I like that sticking out. So, ooh. I've just got the urge to put something on there. Oh, what have we got here? A jar full of goodness. Ooh, perfect. It's a little flower on a bulb clip. You can speak. That's adorable. Oh wow, I like that. Oh, that's cute. I want to do it with them all now, but I can't. So what mess have we made so far today? Have we made enough mess? Are they ones? Oh, I did that one with you. Have I made 3? I don't know. I can't count. I think we made 3, and I've already got 3. So that gives me now the 6 that I need. I might make a few more off camera while it uploads, you never know. But we've been at it an hour. So yeah, it's a mass make, but like I always say, you'll get twice as many done if you shut up while you do it and stop waffling. But I'm here for the waffle and the craft, aren't I, as people keep telling me. So, I really hope you enjoyed that. What I will do is I will link to this video for you if you want to go and check that out now. This is what I did with the other half of the envelope. So yeah, look what you can end up with. Look. All from one envelope. You get that piece and that piece. That's quite, yeah, quite a lot of bang for your buck, that, isn't it? Yeah. So, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. I won't leave it as long this time. Bye.